done. Whole body was like, hello, good morning, welcome back to my channel and to today's video. I'm actually redoing the intro of this video because I yapped on for so long in the original intro, for 9 minutes to be exact, and it was actually impossible to cut down, so I'm just redoing it now. So I thought we could spend a couple of days together getting myself out of a rut and getting more productive. I've just been feeling really rubbish recently, like I'm not really achieving anything and just kind of like I'm floating, and I think it's because of a lack of productivity, and then I'm not getting any satisfaction in doing anything. I don't feel like I'm achieving anything. So one thing that's really helped me with this is running. I've actually started doing the Couch to 5K app, which I heard so much about in lockdown but never tried for myself, and recently remembered about it, and I'm really enjoying it. It's much harder than I thought it was going to be, but it's tangible evidence that I'm actually making progress in something. So I will keep you updated on that. I'm actually on week 3 speaking to you now. So yeah, I just share a few other things that I've been doing recently throughout this video, and then also do a lot of different things with you. Hopefully this video gives you some motivation and some ideas, but it's also just very realistic. You can tell that I'm in a rut throughout this video, and I do openly talk about that. It's not an aesthetic, how to get productive in 1 week kind of video. So I really hope you enjoy this video, and it starts off with me tidying and organising my bedroom. And organised. It was just like random little things. It only took me half an hour, but it was just one of those things I was just putting off. So I now feel like everything's in its place and it's great. I need to wash my hair, and I think I'm in just like a bad mood. Like everything is just like really dancing on my last nerve, and when I feel like this, it's usually because I'm either overtired, anxious, hangry, about to start my period, or overstimulated. And I honestly think it was all of those things while I was cleaning and tidying. I even bashed my hand on the back of my drawer and it bled quite a bit and came up in a little lump, and that almost set me over the edge, but not quite. So I feel like the last step is to wash my hair and have a nice everything shower. My hair is so greasy and it really is overstimulating me. I hate greasy hair, but I definitely feel like being productive this afternoon, even though I was only productive for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, just tidying my room, has actually really lifted my spirits. So that's good. Kind of glad that I am filming this video when I'm not motivated and when I do feel like poo, instead of filming it when I am motivated and getting yourself to do anything feels easy, because it means that we can kind of do this together and get productive together, rather than me just telling you how easy it is, because it's not easy. But I'm going to enjoy the rest of my evening, and I might film some little snippets here and there, and then I am going to catch you tomorrow. And I have a very busy day tomorrow, so I will see you here and there wherever I can. Until further notice. Happy Wednesday. I'm just getting ready. It is about 7 o'clock and I am getting ready for my second round interview, which I mentioned yesterday. Probably need a mirror so I can actually see what I'm doing. So yeah, I need to leave in just under an hour. I'm feeling okay about it. I actually feel a bit nervous. I've never done like a second round. It's not exactly like a second round to say, like it's not like a fancy job or anything. But I got a phone call after my first interview saying that it went really well, but they also really liked somebody else. Like, we're kind of on a very even playing field. They've never really had that situation happen before. Normally it's just like, oh, that person is who they want. So they just want us both to go in again to kind of spend a couple of hours with them. Hopefully we're not going in at the same time, because that would be really awkward. I think with an interview, like, you kind of know what to expect to an extent. Like, you know, like kind of the very obvious questions they'll probably ask. You can kind of work out what they're going to say relating to the job, depending on the job advert, like the key skills they're looking for. They'll probably ask you questions to see if those are the key skills you have. But with a second thing, not even an interview, like a second meet, I suppose, it's a bit more up in the air, and it's a bit more like, I don't really know what we're gonna do or talk about. But I'm not exactly that nervous. It's just kind of like the thoughts of what might happen. I think it would be a really great place to work, honestly. It would also give me the freedom to dance, which is what I want to do. But something else more suited to me will probably come along if this doesn't work. So yeah, it'll just be a couple of hours meeting everyone again, and it's honestly a really nice vibe there. So it's not even like I'm like, oh God, I've got to go spend 2 hours there, which if I was feeling like that, probably shouldn't go through with it. So then I've got 3 of my merchandising jobs to do this afternoon, which is 3 different stores, and I'm building like POSs, which are like the freestanding display units, like they're called point of sales, which are those like cardboard stands that are like really awkwardly placed in every shop to make you buy the things that aren't on the shelves, if that makes sense. Like they're like a box that someone's made, like a cardboard box full of like chocolate in like the cleaning aisle or in the kids toys aisle, so that you like buy that rather than having to go to chocolate aisle. It basically just makes you buy more, but I've got to build them, which is really not fun. But although I'm not looking forward to it, it's nice just to have a lot of things to do today. I think it just really kickstarts my productivity of like, okay, when I do more, I feel like I want to do more. And that is so true for me. So those are 2 massive chunks of my day that you can't see, which is great for filming this video. But I want to go for a nice walk this afternoon, because I didn't go for a walk yesterday evening, and I want to create a new vision board. I did a vision board very recently, actually, when I talked about the last job that I'd applied to and got taken away. But I want to create a new one that focuses on my current goals, because they're very different to the goals that I had when I made that other one. And this is what I love about vision boards, mood boards, home screens, whatever you want to call it, because you can change it as much as you want. You don't have to make one for the entire year, because I know for me, when I've done that in the past, the things I put on the board at the beginning of the year just don't apply to me at all at the end of the year. So I find it works better just to upgrade and refresh it. So yeah, I think that would be quite nice to do together. Kind of write down the goals that I want to achieve and work out how I'm going to achieve them. I feel like that's always the hardest part of like, okay, I want to exercise more. That's very vague. Like, how are you going to exercise more? What kind of exercise are you going to do? When are you going to do it? What time are you going to do it? How are you going to fit that around your day-to-day life? Like, that is the stuff that I think a lot of the times we just miss off on our plans. So I want to take some time this afternoon to do that, and hopefully we'll just have a really good day. I'm going to carry on getting ready now that I've yapped on at you for long enough, and I will see you in a little bit. The plan was to show you a really beautiful looking breakfast. However, I do seem to have burnt my bagels. I've actually charcoaled that bagel, the poor bagel. So I've just had to put loads of butter on there with my overripe banana. So I can't exactly say it looks the most appetizing, but I'm sure it will still be delicious. I'm here, don't worry. I will get a car mount for my phone. I actually don't even have one, but I film so much in my car, it'd be so good just to have like a decent angle that's not like my beautiful steering wheel or like the dash, my dusty dash. So yeah, I'm feeling okay. I see some cute dogs, which is always a good sign, to be honest with you. It's always a good sign. See you on the flip side. Hello. It is many hours later. It is now 5:30, and I thought we could sit and catch up over a little brew. So just a little round off on my day. As I kind of said this morning, it was a very busy day and nothing that I could actually film, like it's all confidential, but my trial shift, whatever you want to call it, second round interview went really well, and I got offered the job, which is really cool. So I start next week, which is really gonna switch up my routine. I'm ready just to have a few more things to do and to feel like I have a bit more of a purpose, because I think that's why I've been in a bit of a rut lately, especially this week. I think it's a mix of like actually being in a rut and then also like it's hormones. So if I've come across a bit weird in this video, I'm sorry about that, but this is just like very real life and I want to document that. But I think it'd be nice just to start a new job, meet new people, be in a new environment, and it's something that I really wanted for myself when I didn't go back to uni, and it's just taken longer to achieve than I thought it would. So I'm really pleased and I am really proud of myself, even though that is quite hard for me to say because I just like cringed inside when I said that. I also had a nap in the middle of the day today, which I've been trying really hard not to do, and I have been doing very well at that because I was having a nap daily. Yeah, and I had a nap. I always have a nap with Marco. And has anyone ever had that thing where like you're falling asleep in a nap and then you're like, you just suddenly jolt awake? Like most of the time it's when you're like, you dream that you're falling over, and it's like literally as soon as you fall asleep, your body then jolts you awake. Well, I had that happen when I had a nap, but it was so extreme that Marco like was laying down next to me and he actually like jumped across the other side of my bed and my whole body was like suddenly awake. It was actually quite traumatizing. And I read somewhere apparently it's when your body falls asleep too fast that your body thinks that you're dying. So I laid there for a minute with Marco, just like my eyes open. I was like, is this the end? Like am I about to like cop it now, like next time I fall asleep? Like that was really dramatic of me. I didn't. I am here to tell the story, but yeah, so that was a really fun part of my day. To be honest, all I really want to do is go sit on the sofa and watch TV, but what I'm going to do instead is make a new mood board. I have some goals that I've kind of been fluttering around my head. I feel like I just need to get them down on paper so that I actually have something to hold me accountable and also just have something to write down basically. Then I'm going to transfer those goals into Pinterest photos, like aesthetic photos, and then use that to create a vision board for my iPad. And then I'm going to make some dinner, make a bit more effort with dinner. It's not exactly like, you know, a chef's level dinner, but I'm not exactly a great cook. I can't even call myself a cook because I don't cook. So I'm gonna make some tacos, which are very easy, but I've made before with my mum, so I'll try it on my own this time. And then I'm also gonna go for a nice walk because even though I've had a very busy day, I haven't exactly done that much exercise and that much walking. I really haven't been outside enough today, so I'm gonna listen to one of Emma's new podcast episodes, which I've really gotten back into her podcast. So yeah, that is the plan for this evening. Now that I'm being trampled all over, I don't even know if you can see Marco, but he's there, he is here. God, Fatty Bomb Bomb over here. Hang on. Here he is. Say hello. You got a scruffy face. You look grumpy. You go say hello. Say hello, everybody. Hello. I have a YouTube short going out on Sunday of me and Marco, and it is the cutest thing ever if you want to look out for that. I just love him. I definitely get love aggression. I just want to squeeze him, but I won't. Okay, just in my notes app, I'm going to write all of my current goals and kind of be specific about it. Okay, so I have my very specific list. I'll just read out a few things, but if you want to read it properly, you can just pause the video. I said about exercising, my couch 5k, and doing that 3 times a week. And then I wrote a lot about my screen time. I feel like it's just too much at the moment. I feel like I'm constantly picking my phone up and I'm constantly doom scrolling. So I want to consume more intentionally. So I've said from now on, I'm going to leave my phone in my bedroom. So whether I go into the lounge to watch TV or I go into the kitchen to make dinner, rather than just carrying it around with me, because I don't need it on me at all times. And I've just written balance. Like, my overall goal for the next few months is just to have a really nice balance of everything. So if you saw how I created my vision board for my laptop, it is very similar, just on my iPad. So I'll go onto Pinterest and I'll search up the goal that I want to take a photo of. So basically I'll just search up, for example, running aesthetic, and get a cute photo of someone running. I will save it to my iPad, and then on Canva under templates I will just search in vision board and pick one of the designs that I like, and then export all my photos onto that and then set it as my background. So it's very simple, very fun to do, very relaxing, and just really helps to remind you every single day. So here is the finished vision board. I'm really pleased with it, and I thought I would just go through what some of the photos actually represent in terms of my goals. So this photo, you can see that the girl has a camera, and that for me is YouTube. Same with over here, spending time with friends, just over here and here, working out, running, doing a bit more of my hobbies, but also just getting outside more. I do have a bike, but I haven't ridden it for a really long time, so that'd be nice to get back into. So yeah, I'm just really pleased with it. I really like the pop of the blue at the background. I feel like that's really going to catch my eye every day that I open my iPad. So yeah, it didn't take too long at all, and it's honestly really relaxing. I just put some music on and get creative with it. It's time to make my dinner. So as I think I said, I'm making tacos, which is one of the 3 meals that I know how to make. I feel like it's very self-explanatory, but just in case, I'm making a little homemade salsa. I actually don't know what it is, but it's just chopped tomatoes with spring onion with some balsamic glaze. And then I've got a store-bought salsa just in the fridge. And then I just use tacos, taco seasoning. I'll shred some lettuce, grate some cheese, and then make my mince. I was actually vegetarian for quite a few years. The one vegetarian alternative that I actually stuck with is corn mince. I didn't stick with anything else. I fully eat meat, but I actually prefer corn mince to normal mince. I just find normal mince a bit fatty and a bit sloppy. These are literally the complete opposite. You actually have to add a bit of oil so they don't dry out, because it is quite dry, but it just tastes nicer in my opinion. So I will just be using corn mince, and I'm going to put some wedges in as well, because I find just having a few tacos isn't really enough. I'm just going to add some extra seasoning to my wedges, so I'm going to use paprika, garlic granules, onion granules, and oregano. So yeah, that's all I'm going to do. It's really not that difficult or, you know, that much effort, but it really does make me feel like I literally have my life together. Like when I make this, I'm like, could I be a housewife? Yes. Dinner is done. I have my little spread here. It does create quite a lot of washing up, to be fair, but I am someone that does eat with their eyes. So I have my wedges, my taco shells, my corn. It looks burnt, but it's just a really dark seasoning. Then I've got cheese, my homemade salsa, whatever that is, actual proper salsa, lettuce, not as much as I would like, but we were kind of low. And yes, I'm gonna thoroughly enjoy this now. I have the worst ulcer right now. Here. Oh, it hurts. It's so good, but it hurts. Dinner has been had and I'm now going out on a walk. I would normally wait a little bit because I have literally just eaten, but the sun is starting to set and it's starting to get dark and it's kind of now or never. But I'm going to listen to Emma's podcast episode and go for a nice little stroll in some fresh air. I can just hear the birds singing, so that's really nice. And yeah. It's 9:30 and I'm just finishing getting ready for bed. I thought we could round off this video together while I put my face cream on and brush my hair. I also have a headache on this side of my head and like my eye, so if I'm a bit like quiet, that's why. I'm also really tired. I think that is why I'm getting a headache, so I'm literally just going to do this and get into bed. But I thought we could round off this video. I first of all just want to say, if you are still watching, genuinely from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, because I feel like all I've done in this video is probably just talked at you. I'm really hoping that is not the case, and I'm really hoping this video has kind of turned out well, but I won't know until I start editing it tomorrow. But I know I have talked a lot, and if you are still watching and I haven't bored your heart to death, like, really genuinely thank you. I also just wanted to do like the last thing on my getting out of a rut / getting more productive / just trying to feel better in that little list of mine, and that is appreciating what I have achieved. I personally find when I watch these types of videos of like get productive with me or getting out of a rut was the self-appreciation, which I have found to basically be my life hack on staying productive and actually keeping up with this lifestyle and the goals that I've set. If I don't look back at what I've done, even in the day or the week or the month, I won't stay productive because I'm not getting that satisfaction from achieving anything. If you don't look back at what you've done, you're just kind of constantly moving on and doing things, and you're never feeling good about it, so you're less likely to keep doing those things, if that makes sense, for me at least. So my top 3 things, considering it is Wednesday today, so I'm talking about last Wednesday to this Wednesday. Obviously the top one is getting this job, which is not my average top 3 thing that I've achieved in a week normally. The second thing is carrying on with my Couch to 5k, something that I really didn't expect to keep doing, because I started it 2 weeks ago and I don't exactly have the most confidence in myself to maintain something. I have zero confidence in the fact that I will actually do something that I will say I will do. Yeah, I'm really proud of myself for doing week 2 of Couch to 5k. I'm also really proud of myself for starting a new therapy. I have started with a different therapist, which is something I was really nervous about because I've only ever had one therapist. For me, therapy is his practice, is that human being. So to go to somebody else, tell them my life story again, go over everything again, and have the potential for it to not work out was quite a big step. And I did it, and it went really well, and I'm really proud of myself. So yeah, it feels really daunting to list the things that I'm really proud of myself in general, let alone putting it out on the internet for other people to hear you say that you're proud of yourself. Like, that just feels even worse. So yeah, but anyways, I really hope you have enjoyed this video. I really hope it is something other than me just sitting chatting to you, and I hope it just felt relatable in some way, and hopefully maybe you felt seen in how you've been feeling, if I've kind of described something a bit similar, or just feeling like, okay, like, you know, I'm not the only person to go through these phases. And hopefully it's inspired you to get productive as well, and just maybe given you some ideas of what you can do. But I hope you have a lovely week, and I will see you next Friday for another new video. Bye. bye. Let's go to bed. Let's do that. That is key to productivity. Word.